Okay. Well, welcome to this 12:45 afternoon session about Seesaw, which is a program that we are using this year for preschool through second grade students. I'm Mike Morris, I'm the superintendent. And with me, I'll let them introduce themselves in a second, is Allison, Jayshree, Molly, and Ella, who are going to lead you through this training. One thing I want to mention just very briefly is we're still going back and forth with Seesaw, the company, to get all the accounts set up. As you know, this year was a little atypical with getting placements done quite late in the year with teacher assignments. And so we've sent everything to Seesaw. We've been back and forth multiple times today with them to set up the accounts. So we're hoping to have them ready to go tomorrow. If not, they may be a couple of days delayed. But in terms of all the connections from Google Meets that are scheduled, they would still occur as they normally would tomorrow. But just appreciate all the work this team has done to provide resources both for staff and for families. And with that, I think I'll turn it over and let Jayshree, Molly, Allison, and Ella do introductions and get going.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jayshree, and I am the Pelham Tech teacher. I'm also working as the elementary distance learning support specialist for this year. And I'll be presenting Seesaw today for you. And over to you, Molly.
Hi, I'm Molly Millay, and I am also a distance learning support specialist for the elementary schools, and I am also a special education teacher at Crocker Farm.
Hi, I'm Allison Estes. I'm the assistant principal at Wildwood Elementary School.
Hi, everyone. I'm Ella Stocker. I am the librarian at the high school, and this fall I will be supporting both Summit Academy and ARHS with distance learning support, and also still working as the librarian. So I sort of am wearing two hats this year.
Okay, so I would start presenting my slide and show you how to work around Seesaw. Okay, can you see my slides yet? No? Okay.
They're coming.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, can you see the presentation?
Yep.
Okay, wonderful.
Great.
So, thank you, and welcome everyone again. And today I'm going to talk about Seesaw, which is the primary mode of communication and which also works as a digital portfolio for our students, which we'll be using from pre-kindergarten to second grade. Before I move on to Seesaw, I would like to introduce my team again. Molly Millay from Crocker Farm, who is also a distance learning support specialist, along with Ella Stocker from high school, me at Pelham, and Benjamin Levi at the middle school. So here's the big thing. You do not need to know everything now, because I know as teachers, we are also trying to learn Seesaw and other tools, and we are no experts, and we would say the same thing. If you feel frustrated about something that you're not able to achieve, if you're not able to see or work around some tool, please reach out to us, and we will be working out together. So we really appreciate and value this partnership. And along with this training, we will also be providing you more trainings throughout the semester to help you through. Okay. So what is actually Seesaw? It is an interactive student-driven digital portfolio for pre-K to 2. So Seesaw will be used as showcasing students' work on a daily basis. It will include photographs, it will include the video recordings, what your child has done. So it will be a fabulous way of interacting with students as well as the families. Teachers will also post assignments, and they will share their announcements with students and families through Seesaw. And students can respond with pictures, videos, drawings, and record their voices. Okay, so how to access Seesaw? Now you have to watch out for this icon that is up here on your screen, which is the Seesaw icon. If you do not see it, we can help you find it. Because sometimes we are not, because the app has yet not been installed on your computer or the Chromebook given by the school. So as you see, these are the ways to access Seesaw. We need to watch out for this icon, Seesaw icon up here on the laptop or on your iPad. And if you're accessing using the Chromebook, you can access it by typing at the address bar app.seesaw.me. Okay. Now, when you click on the icon, what happens? You get 3 options and on a small pop-up window, and it'll give you 3 options. Those are I'm a teacher icon, or I'm a student option, or I'm a family member. So the best thing would be to enter your, ask your child to click on the I'm a student button, and that leads you to a login page. Now, the school has given you your child an arps.org email address and a password associated with it. So the best way to go ahead logging into your Seesaw, in your child's Seesaw account, would be to use the email address and the password, and then you click on this button which says student sign in. Now, I want to reiterate and talk more about what's an arps.org address, because many a times I find parents and students complaining, or I get a feedback that the arps.org or the email address is not working. And let me tell you why. Now, if the child's name is AA, I've just taken a mock name, and the last name is DDD, for instance. In most instances, arps.org address would be the last name plus the first letter of the first name at arps.org. Many students do a mistake that they type in at gmail.com, and that is the reason they are not able to access their ARPS account. So be mindful of that. Okay, there is one more way to access the Seesaw account, but I would ask you to wait until your teacher has given you the way. Either in most cases, it will be your email address and the password. The other way is to add a text code, and this needs to be shared by your teacher, by your students, by a child's teacher. So that would be the place where the text code goes, and you need to click on the Go button. Okay. So after logging into the child's ARPS account and adding...
Can I interrupt you briefly?
Yeah.
There's a question in the chat that is about even getting into their school Seesaw through the Chromebook. And the question is whether or not the app will already be installed on the school Chromebook, or should they be installing it themselves?
School would be installing the app for them.
But actually not on the Chromebook. That they will be installing it on the iPad. On the Chromebook, you just go to the website, that app.seesaw.me website.
Thank you, Molly. But okay, sure.
Sorry.
Yeah, and I might find out more about it as well. Thank you. So once you're logged in and you are into the child's account, the computer asks you to verify the child's name again. And it would be a good practice to tell your child to identify, if they are very young, they can identify their name and click on their work only. So once you're done with that, because there would be a list of names that will come up beneath your name or above your name. So be watchful of that. Once you're done with that, the computer verifies again for one more time, and then it asks you, are you Tom, for instance? And if you are the right person, you can click on this check mark symbol, or if you want to go back, you can always you can choose or select the X button in red. Okay, so now once you are all set, you come into your account, you're logged in, you'll be able to see the child's dashboard. Now, on the child's dashboard, there are these things that needs to be taken care of. And the first thing is your child's name. It'll be up here. And this one in red is just a notification. So, and I will come to it, how to respond to it. But the second thing is the child's class name. It would most probably your child's teacher's name along with the classroom, but there could be a variant as well. So please be watchful of that. Then the third button that you need to be focusing on is the activities button. This activities button shows you the assignments that are in progress or the assignments that are all done. So there are two sub tabs that are provided to you. Then the next tab that you need to focus is on the inbox. The inbox shows you all the notifications, all the messages that the teacher has sent to you or your child. And we will talk about it in detail a little later. Okay. Now that you know you've seen all these tabs, now there is one important one that needs to be focused on, and that is your add response button. Now, when you click on this activities tab, you will be seeing all the assignments that the teachers have given your child here on this dashboard. So how to respond to these assignments? So add response button or the plus sign along with the add response button would be the one that you need to be mindful of. Okay, let us see what this assignment is all about. So this says it's a sort by color assignment. Okay, so as I said before, the activities tab is the one that you need to be looking out for. And then when you click on the add response button, you are able to access this assignment. Okay, so when I click this assignment, I see a screen something like this. Now, this is called as the drawing canvas, and this allows us to do magic. And this allows us to interact with this assignment. And let us see how we can do that. So this particular assignment, if you do not know what the instructions are, you can very well click on this view instructions button and it shows you what needs to be done. But even if you do not want to see, or even before that, the teacher will go through each and every assignment that the child needs to do. So don't worry on that account. Okay, so this assignment is basically to drag all the shapes into the right mats, and these are all color. We need to drag the green triangles into the green mats, right? So once we are done with that, let's see what are the other tools. We see tools here. We see some tools here at the bottom, and then some here, the color palette, and some here on the top as well. And let me go through one by one what these all are. Okay, so my first step would be to learn what the instructions are and do the assignment. Just pull it, drag and drop these shapes into this mat, and then I can be more interactive with the assignment. And let me show you how. So these are the set of tools that are provided to us, and let me explain one by one what this means. Now this T icon is for labeling. So once your child has done the assignment, not fully though, but then a bit of it, the child can add some labels onto it. So when you click on this T button, it'll open up a text box and the child can type something on it. Okay. The next button or icon that you see is the microphone one. Microphone button allows you or your child to talk about or record what he or she has done with the assignment. And so the teacher get the sense of how or what the student liked about this assignment, or how they went ahead and did this assignment. So that's a pretty good tool. Then is the camera button. Now, a camera button allows you to take pictures. And when you click on it, it shows up camera on 3 sides of the screen, at least on an iPad. And so young kids can interact with this Seesaw app in a very fine manner. They would love it. Okay, moving on. This is the shapes, the backgrounds, and the links buttons that are provided to you at the very end. And students can draw or add some shapes, add backgrounds to their drawing canvas. Okay, moving on. We can do some more magic, and we can use a pointer button to drag and drop things. If we use a pencil, we can write on it. So kids can always scribble or write something on their assignment or drawing canvas. And this comes handy. All these tools comes very handy when they want to draw something and express their ideas. Okay, so there's this pointer, pencil, pen, a highlighter, marker, and eraser here. Now, suppose if they want to use different colors, these color palettes come very handy. So when you click on a tool like a highlighter, you can drag this circle to any other color, and that color gets selected, and then the child can draw on the color palettes. Okay, on their drawing canvas, I meant. Okay, so what happens when we do something wrong? So there is this cool. There are some cool buttons up here, the undo and the redo ones, which allows us to just go back to our previous drawing or whatever we did. And we can, when we are all done, we can always save our work, and it gets saved. I'm going to show you in a little while. If you think that you want to start all over again, you can always click on this X symbol, and it deletes and starts over. So you can do that. But right now, I'm going to show you how to save your work. And when you click on this checkbox, you see your response has been added to the assignment that the teacher gave. And so it shows up something like this. And how do you know that the response was submitted? So as you see, it says waiting for teacher's approval. So here's the child's name, which is kind of hidden here in between. And so this was the title of the assignment, and this was the assignment done by the child. So even though the child has finished his or her assignment, it would be approved by the teacher, and then it lands on their dashboard. And so this becomes, or Seesaw becomes, as an interactive digital portfolio for the child. And so all the child's work will be saved at one place. Isn't that cool? Okay, so moving on. Now, I think I explained this part when it says, okay, so it says activities. When I click on the activities tab, and when I click on the in progress tab, I see that there are no activities waiting for a response. And if I click on done, I'm sure it will show up the done work. Okay, now some more tools. Now, what if your child wants to showcase or express or share something exciting that they have been doing at home, irrespective of the teacher's homework or classwork? They can always go again to the activities button, and there you will be able to see this plus add button. Now, when you click on this, you will be able to see a screen, something like this, which says post your work. So a child can take their photograph, showing that they have lost a tooth today, or they can showcase their drawing skills to the teacher, saying that I drew something today, or they can also capture a video of what they have been doing after school time. So it will be a fun, interactive way in which child can communicate to the teacher. And all of it is being saved in this digital portfolio. Now, when it comes to older kids, or maybe a second grade kid, I would suggest that they can always upload their pictures, although this also saves the pictures. And this can be used by the preschoolers and the kindergartners in the first grades, and by second graders as well. But if you want to upload some picture from the internet or from somewhere else, then upload button comes very, very handy. Now, this note functionality helps you write something, write your thoughts onto it. So a child can always express by writing, and it's a fun way to interact as well. Now, this link capability can be used, but I feel that it is it would not be used as much with younger kids. We can share some links with the teachers. Okay, now that brings me to the last part of this presentation, and I'm going to talk about the inbox tab, how the teachers are going to communicate with students, how the teachers are going to communicate with parents, and vice versa. Now, this is the inbox button that allows you to communicate, send notifications, and receive notifications. And this can also be used as a private communication tool. If you want to send some message just to the teacher and not broadcast it to the whole class, then it would be a private chat. And so, for example, I have created a small note, a welcome note for students at the very beginning of the school year. And this comes under the class notifications or announcements, because it is sent to everyone. But in response, I am sure you can send some private messages as well. So that will be the communication part. And notifications show what all assignments are pending, or similar announcements. So that kind of brings me to the very end of this presentation. And if you have any questions, I can take those.
So there are a few that have come through in the chat while you've been giving this great presentation. Thank you so much, Jayshree. One, it looks like has already been answered by Mike, who's manning the comments as well. But there's a question from Greg about have the Seesaw accounts been enabled yet? He's currently unable to log in. And I'll just repeat what Mike said at the beginning of the meeting, which is that the district has been back and forth with Seesaw on the sort of Seesaw end of things all day today, and I think yesterday as well. The delays are now on Seesaw's end. We have done everything they've asked us to send them, and we are just waiting for them to send us the information that we need to get them to families. So we apologize that is happening, but it's out of our control at this point. We have given out all the information they need. So we hope to have those two very, very soon, but we will still be meeting as classes with Google Meet, even if students are unable to log into Seesaw. So please check your email from your classroom teacher for that information. And then one other question was, yes, the teacher will send and download info and links. Yes, they will be sending that to you. You should check your email for that. If there's any other questions, please feel free to post them in the comments, and we'll stay on for a little bit longer to answer those. So. And as a reminder, the slides from the presentation are in the chat here, and also this presentation is being recorded and will be available on the YouTube channel. Free to come back and review it anytime if you'd like to watch it again.
I'll come back on at the end and just thank Jayshree and the team for going through that. And we know it's a new program, and we do, as Ella was just saying, apologize. Even since the stream started, we've been back and forth more with Seesaw and getting from a district account to school-based account. So we are working on that. For many of our students in grades K and 1, they'll have orientation the next couple of days. So it's really, or for pre-K and K, excuse me. So it's really for first and second grade students where there may be this kind of instructional gap in terms of being able to access Seesaw. Seesaw is, like many tech companies, educational tech companies, expressing extreme volume at this moment in time. For instance, Google Drive was down for a number of times. Google Drive for EDU was down a little bit this morning. It's now back up. So Zoom, didn't work, and Canvas didn't work the first day of classes for much of the country, which was in late August. So I think we are aware of some of these challenges. We'll work through them. But I think, as Ella said, we'll just be able to communicate when this is up and running, and that'll be communicated to you. And again, this YouTube, as it was noted, will be active indefinitely. So even if it's a day or two later, or your child's in kindergarten, preschool, and they wouldn't have access to Seesaw yet anyway because they wouldn't be in school till Friday or the next week, we'll make sure we're communicating all that information. But I really want to thank all of you for tuning in, and I want to thank all the team for putting this together. Appreciate how committed this team is to family outreach and making sure that caregivers have what they need to support their children this year, and hope everyone has a lovely afternoon. Thank you.